Here's what's been happening lately. 3 things. First, a new housing program will give eligible Chicagoans up to $70,000 towards a down payment on a new house. Next, the new test to get into selective CPS high schools is longer and only in English. And lastly, the YMCA is offering free summer memberships to Chicago teens looking for a safe space to meet. Let's break it all down. First, Chicago Public Schools is replacing its current high school admission test for 8th graders with a different exam that is more than twice as long and will be only available in English. Starting in October, students will take the pre-ACT 9 secure instead of the high school admission test, or HSAT. According to an email sent to principals by Kareem Asif, CPS's chief education officer. Many students spend time preparing for the test, and their scores determine whether they get into a selective enrollment high school or not. The current HSAT is offered in several languages, including Spanish and Arabic. Some parents worry the switch to an exam that's only in English could worsen disparities and representation that already exist at selective schools. But Asif said that the district's data showed that offering the HSAT in additional languages didn't provide any advantage for students who are learning English compared with taking the test in English with accommodations. In fact, according to Asif, students who completed the test in an alternative language performed lower than English learners who took the test in English with accommodations. This is all according to Asif. Asif added that one goal of the switch is to make the test more equitable. There wasn't a lot of public information about the HSAT, which often meant students from wealthier families paid for private test prep, while students from lower income families struggled to prepare. Asif cited several additional reasons for the change, including that the new test could provide additional information about student performance as they entered 9th grade, which can help with the course placement and other program decisions in high school. The other big shift is the length of the test. The current HSAT is an hour long, with 30 minutes each for reading and math. The new exam takes about 2.5 hours to complete and includes 4 sections: reading, math, science, and English language arts. Next, Mayor Brandon Johnson and the Chicago Department of Housing announced Monday a new program that gives eligible Chicagoans up to $70,000 in financial assistance to buy a new home. The Homegrown Purchase Assistance Grant is aimed at low and moderate income families for whom home ownership is becoming increasingly out of reach. The median sale price in April for a home in Chicago is a little over $388,000, up more than 5% year over year. This is according to Redfin. The program will launch on June 8th, and it's expected to aid between 300 and 400 buyers, depending on the size of each grant awarded. The $21 million program is funded by Johnson's $1.25 billion Housing and Economic Development Bond that was approved by the City Council in 2024. To be eligible, applicants must complete U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development certified homebuyer education and be in the market for a 1 or 2 unit home in Chicago that they'll occupy for at least 5 years as their primary residence. Their household annual gross income cannot exceed 150% of the area median income, according to the DOH. A family of 4 making 150% of the AMI would have an annual income of $182,000. An individual making up to $127,000 could also apply. Buyers can receive up to $70,000 toward a down payment and closing costs, depending on the location of their new home. For the program, the department categorized neighborhoods in 2 zones. Zone A is for areas that have seen significant increases in home sale prices, and Zone B covers low-income census-tract areas where 70% or more families have incomes below 80% of the statewide median family income. And lastly, Mayor Brandon Johnson has argued repeatedly that investing in young people, not throwing the book at them and their parents, is the answer to the perennial problem of teen takeovers. On Wednesday, the mayor got a big assist in that effort, courtesy of the YMCA of Metropolitan Chicago. 7 Ys across the city, Irving Park, Kelly Hall, Lakeview, McCormick, Ronner Family Southside and West Garfield Park are offering free summer memberships to thousands of teens between the ages of 12 and 18. Starting Monday and continuing through August 31st, those young people can walk into any one of those YMCAs and get a free membership card. They simply need proof of residency and must be accompanied by an adult.